Hello and welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the Magi, and today we find ourselves about halfway through the seasonal content for March of the Machines. And I really make no bones about the fact that I think drafting, specifically value quick drafting, is the most efficient way to build your collection as a budget player. And today we are going to make this process even more potent by having a very solid plan going into this season's quick drafts. So stay tuned. But before we get into all that, all these videos for the new sets, they take up an awful lot of time and have a very limited lifespan to be viewed. So do me a favor and hit that like button. It's what Mom would want you to do. Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, right. Usually when I do these archetype videos, there's always 2, 3, 4 archetypes that I feel like I need to explain why these kind of suck. But when it comes to this set, it's all good, man. Really, any of these 10 archetypes have a pretty solid chance of performing equally well within the draft. Of course, there's always a certain amount of skill involved when it comes to drafting, a certain amount of luck involved with what you draw, etc., etc. But all of these archetypes are pretty much on even ground here. There's not really one that is significantly better or worse than the others. Kudos to Wizards of the Coast for providing a very balanced format. Now, of course, the other side of the equation is how well those particular archetypes are going to convert into being playable, worthwhile budget decks for the standard or alchemy environment and beyond. And really, you can rest assured my money is on 3 specific archetypes. I think first and foremost, the green-white +1/+1 counters deck already is really good and is positioned to be even better post-rotation. Knights looks to be pretty solid and has a good chance of being even better post-rotation. And of course, red-white backup is a very solid archetype. Boros tends to be a good, solid budget archetype, which we haven't seen a lot from this year, mostly due to a, questionable tribal choice that was made with the new player experience deck. But of course, that is all seated to change at rotation, which means that entire archetype could get a huge boost. While these high synergy archetypal decks are usually the bread and butter for value drafters, this limited environment is what you might call a target-rich environment for us. Not only do you have the normal rare and mythic slot in each 15 card pack for limited, you also have a dedicated battle slot, which can be an uncommon, rare, or mythic, and a second dedicated slot for the legendary bonus sheet, which is also an uncommon, rare, or mythic. So you really get an environment where you have a tremendous amount of value. Not only are the expected values on the rares and mythics as close to 2 as we've ever seen, but you also have a much higher propensity towards uncommon cards. And since 2 of those slots are kind of curated subsheets, you end up with a much higher power level at uncommon on average than you typically do. And of course, these are just at the bargain price of giving up a common card, most of which is just limited draft fodder anyway. To make this even more poignant, my expectation is that when Aftermath comes out and they do that limited draft environment for that, we're going to have a third subsheet set come in where we lose another common to an uncommon, rare, or mythic from the Aftermath set. And that is just going to be crazy, crazy amounts of value coming in to these draft packs. all of this kind of culminates into somewhat of a hidden 11th archetype for this set that some people would refer to as a princely format or a princely archetype. And your synergy style decks are really having a hard time getting more than 3 or perhaps 4 wins, even at the most serious pro levels of drafting, much less value drafters. Because eventually you come up against the higher win rate decks that have a bomb that you just can't answer, or more bombs than you can inevitably answer. And that brings us to that princely archetype. The general idea here is to focus your picks on the biggest bombs, best cards out of each and every pack, picking up removal and particularly premium removal pretty much anytime you see it, and then picking up color fixing whenever it doesn't interfere with those bombs or removals, and just filling in with generally good cards when you need to. Then you just take your big stack of value, run it through your AI deck builder that's available through EtherHub, and letting the AI sort out your deck. And we're really seeing pro players have a better win record with this style than we are with the traditional archetypes. And this is what I am going to be experimenting with all of my May drafts coming up starting May 1st. So up next, I've got some selective clips, the drafting and the winning games from a typical high synergy archetype draft that I did as a premium draft for this set. And I think it kind of illustrates why both myself and what I would qualify as more serious drafters are finding this format a little frustrating for that typical high energy, or excuse me, high synergy archetype style draft, and why you might want to consider this Prince archetype as the way to go. Hello and welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the Magi, and thank you for joining me today as I do my very first premier draft of the brand new set March of the Machines on my newest free-to-play account. This particular account has 2 tokens at this point, so we are going to be using one of those today to functionally play this for free because, well, that token is already a sunk cost from a prior season mastery pass. So what do you say we get in here and do the thing here? Of course, we will have to wait. Last night was just an unbelievably fast table. Like we were already making picks by this time. Hey, look at that. They did the thing pretty quick. I like it. Just gotta wait on these last couple here to acknowledge, and we will be drafting some cards. I, of course, am a value drafter if you happen to be new to the channel here, which means I am more concerned about earning long-term value for my account rather than worrying about each individual pick and worrying about winning the individual event that I'm in. I would rather have cards that I can play forever than maybe get an additional win in this event. So this might be a little different than what you're used to seeing if you watch other streamers and things like that. Let's see, here we go. Ancient Imperious Sword. That is looking like the kind of rares we're looking for. It just always freaks me out, though, that there's 5 uncommons. I really hope that Invasion of Moab kind of comes back around. That would be really nice. Green-white is sort of where I'm drafting at the moment, playing around with that and see how it works for me. I mean, the Hermit probably wasn't terrible. Blade Master also decent. Invasion of Moab might actually be a better card, but Ancient Imperious Sword, that's just a beater. And if you are able to convoke that out, wow, you can get that out pretty darn early. Trample and Ward don't hurt at all on that. And the fact that he gets a +2/+1/+1 counters for each creature that convoked it, so you're actually incentivized to convoke the darn thing. How crazy is that? All right, let's see here. We got another rare. Drana and Limbala is probably pretty good. Invasion of Murganda, also pretty darn nice. There are a few things here that are really very nice. Invasion really goes well with that green stuff I got going on there, and you know what? I think that's where I'm going today. You saw it. I passed a rare. It almost never happens, but 4 or 5 times a year I will pass a rare, and they're usually in these unique circumstances where I am trying to hit a particular goal. Highlands is pretty decent. I think Inquisitor is probably the best card here. Cosmic Hunger is right behind it. That could wheel. Alabaster Host also pretty good. I mean, it's a knight. I think I likes it. Maybe not a lot, but I do like it. Boy, red is just practically gone out of that pack. Glad I'm not drafting red. And then, of course, we see a pack with nothing but red. Seal from Existence feels like the correct pick here. Bola Singer might be a pretty close second there, but everything else is pretty far behind. So we are definitely taking the seal. And as you see here, the owned copies on virtually everything is 0 because I haven't opened anything on this set yet or anything like that. Rona, very good card. Daxos. Do I want me some Daxos? I think that's a pretty strong possibility. Marshall also really quite good. I think maybe better than Daxos, and I think that's where we're going to go there. I mean, blue white knights is a pretty serious deck. I've already got one knight and a very playable white piece of removal. It would potentially nullify these green cards here, but that's not something I'm necessarily against because you can already see there is not much green going on here. It's appearing to be pretty contested at the table. And I'm mostly saying that out loud because I want my next pack to have a lot of green in it. Wouldn't that be nice? The rest of the blue here is unfortunately pretty weak. I think blue is a pretty difficult color for value drafters this season because if you don't get the things early, you kinda don't get the things. Lancer does look pretty good. So does Sunblessed Guardian. And Protocol Knight. You know what? I think I gotta take the Protocol Knight. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe green's off the table here, because Placid Rottentail is okay if you're in that deck. But if you're not in that deck, it's pretty terrible. All right, let's see here. We've got an Alabaster Host. The Greatsword is not terrible, particularly with the Convoke option. Bond Warden. I mean, do we just take the Knight? Is that what we're doing here? I mean, I think maybe we are. Maybe we are just taking the Knight. Okay. There we go. On this account, I'm a little bit avoiding the bonus sheet things. Boy, we got rewarded with a Lancer right there. That's pretty hardcore reading signals there. You can do that a little bit on these premium drafts because you're drafting against real people and signals are real. But otherwise, the signals tend to be a little convoluted at best. I can't believe Skywarden is still here on a pick 8. That wheeled. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, signals can be very muddled with the AIs because most of the AIs tend to draft the same. So you might think you're seeing a signal, but in reality, you're seeing like 5 different signals. I guess we take the Bond Warden here. I mean, I think it's better than the Analyst, and well, I have like every version of Negate in existence already. And I am trying to get enough cards here to be able to play the midweek Magic on May 2nd, I believe it is, where you can only play the cards from this set. You can't play any others. Surge of Salvation. Why is this rated so low? I don't think I understand that. We will take that. If nothing else, it's a late uncommon, even if it's terrible and limited. I mean, I guess it could be. Slinger. I also hate the fact that there's basic lands in these packs holding up one of the slots, but I mean, I guess we really can't argue too much about the amount of value that we see in these. Oh, Lancer? Are you kidding me? Thank you. Apparently I've been good this year. No Forest, thank you. Kogla and Yirda, that's definitely not a card I'm playing in this event. Valor's Reach looks pretty good. Master Smith, not so much. I mean, I think Preening Champion is probably where we want to be here, unless I just want a straight pickup value. And I think the Preening Champion is probably... No, no, I'm going to take the Preening Champion. And let's see here. We've got Invasion. Thunderhead Squadron is probably not bad. Disturbing Conversion. Order of the Mirror is probably better than Thunder Squadron. And Thunder Squadron might actually wheel for us. We'll have to see how that goes. Stasis Field. Alright, so there's nothing really in the uncommons that overly speaks to me. Disturbing Conversion is not great. I mean, I think the Rager is probably the best card here. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, obviously we're not playing it, but we're adding it to the collection nonetheless. Let's see here. Another Salvation, which, you know, if the last pack told us anything, will wheel. Lookout is okay. I think we take the Billy Rider, right? That feels like the correct play here. Going nearly mono white Knights is what we're looking at. So I guess we find out today if that archetype is any good in limited. Not a lot of good blue stuff going on here. Again, it's really feeling like if you don't get blue early, you just don't. Which is why I ended up taking that Preening Champion, because I knew there was like a 0.0% chance that was going to wheel. Just one of those things. Inversion of Xerox is pretty darn good. Is there anything else here? I mean, Order of the Mirror, also pretty solid. Scroll Shift, also pretty good. I think we take the Invasion here. Pick up a good blue card there where we can. Negate and non-creature based counterspells in general tend to be bad in limited. Negate might actually be a little bit better this time around because of all the battles going on. Meeting of the Minds, sure, that feels like a pretty solid pick here. So we're definitely picking up some more blue. Green is just pretty much by the wayside here. Zephyrian Shapecraft. I mean, okay, that's not terrible. Invasion is probably better, but not a card we're playing. So I think we're going to go Inspired Charge here. We're very heavily white, so that double white doesn't really scare me too much on that. And if I can have like 2 or 3 solid creatures on the board, that can end games pretty quickly because they end up not blocking because they think they can kill you on the swing back. Except, you know, you killed them. Which just tends to ruin their game. Alright, so maybe we splash Invasion of Valor. I mean, I'm a little surprised it wheeled. I've already got 1 Inspired Charge. I don't think I want a second, but we could splash that. I don't think we have anything else in red that's really splashable. Maybe we take a Greatsword. I mean, that could be a thing. Timberland Ancient or Herd Beast. I mean, I'm gonna go Ancient, even though I know I'm not playing that today. That is definitely not happening. My on color has kind of dried up. We'll take a look out. It's reasonably playable. I guess we'll take the Trailblazing Historian, even though there's no way in hell I'm playing that. Shatter, sure, that might be playable. And I guess we'll take an island. And, pack 3. Errant and Giada, look at top card, you can cast spell, flash, or flying. Well, I'm not really very strong on flash or flying here. Tidal Error is not terrible. And Invasion of Kamigawa is probably just straight up better. Or do we just take the Errant? I think we take the Errant. It's a whole lot easier to play. We're probably not enabling it all that much, but Invasion of Theros, we're not going to be searching up any of those things. That is probably not going to happen. I mean, I guess Order of the Mirror here is probably the best card for us. Collective Nightmare is really awesome, but we are not in black. I'm kind of leaning away from trying to splash red at this point. This just doesn't feel particularly productive because we're already at 22 fairly playable cards. I mean, there's probably a couple things here that maybe we cut as we upgrade the things. I mean, a 2/3 Flash Flyer for 3 mana is not bad, even if we never enable this at all. That's, I think, a card you play. Invasion of Kamigawa, Aerialist, a Merfolk Scout. That sounds pretty appealing. And it transforms into a 2/4. Yeah, that's definitely a card we're going to play, and I think a pretty solid upgrade to some of these other things that maybe we end up cutting out. Ooh, a Jintaxius, really? I might take that just on the value. I mean, what else in here is worth? A Lancer. I've got 2. Yeah, I've just got to take the Jintaxius. We might not play it, though, to be honest. I mean, that is a rough curve. Negate. Slinger is probably the best card here. Or do I just want to take something for value? I mean, Sculpted Perfection could be decent. Did we take a Ravager earlier? We did. So I'm going to take a second one of those just in case I end up building that deck. Change the equation is kind of a no-no. Aeronaut is decent. Yeah, I think we're taking the Aeronaut here. This is not getting played. And I think Surge is probably the easiest cut there. Quintaurus, now that could be worth splashing red. And I think it's significantly better than Billy Rider here. Or Quindy. Quindy just suffers from the fact that there's not very much in the way of first strike. In white creatures anyway. What there is, you kind of have to enable. And that is less fun. I think we take a Squadron here. And I'm not really worried about building the deck as we go at this point because we've got a lot of stuff. Let's take the Knight. Started to take the Scape Shift, and then I went, nah, can't do that. Dread Ship. Sure. I already have all my negates. I guess we take a Stasis. No, we take a Aeronaut. Lancer Wield. That is really crazy. That's almost a playset of Lancers out of this. No one wanted to play white, apparently, in this this format. So we're going to be cutting a few cards here. Maybe Quintaurus is one of them, because we really didn't get fixing. And that's better than a basic land. I am pretty excited about that. That means somebody took a basic land over that card. How crazy. Alright, let's see what our deck builder wants us to do here. They do want us to splash for the Quintaurus. And, I mean, honestly, if I'm going to splash red, I would think I do more than that. Like, Invasion of Kylum feels like a card I'd want to splash. I mean, there's several splashable red cards here. So I'm kind of leaning towards not splashing. Surge, they want me to cut the Inspiring Charge. That makes me sad. And the Defectors, that feels like a decent, easy sort of cut. And Protocol Knight. The thing that kind of drew me in tonight's at the beginning. They want me to cut it. They also want me to cut the Aerialist. And I think I like cutting the Aerialist more. So we're going to take a look here. That is not terrible. We've got some good 2-drop action going on. Yeah, I think this is doable. Let's take this for a ride here. I really wonder if this is one of those super high synergy decks that works pretty good as a budget deck, but maybe doesn't work super well in the limited event itself because it's hard to get a critical mass of the cards that you want. I also don't feel like I'm doing anything on my first couple of turns. Which just feels so bad. I mean, we've got a 3, 4, 5. But that also means I get to get run over by the fast decks for 2 turns. And in that last game, we just barely stabilized. opponent apparently ran down the street to Wendy's to pick up their lunch. Turn. Okay, they're playing shitty cards. Lance up. I mean, do we play the invasion or the slinger? I don't know. Honestly, I don't really have a feel for this this environment yet. This is only the second event I've played. He land cycled that away. I did not notice that that had land cycling. That makes that card much, much better. Okay, I think we get in while the getting is relatively good. So next turn we can play the invasion, swing the Bola Slinger at them and the Lancer at the invasion and get the creature just like that. I kind of dig it. I think that's a better play than the Aeronaut, honestly. Because the Aeronaut coming down on the next turn gives one of my creatures the ability to fly, and then the Lancer seems pretty good. I mean, Billy Rider just feels so good. All right, that was a pretty productive turn. We will cast the thing. Pulling a 2-drop right now would be really fantastic. Not sure we can pull that off, but it would be nice. Do they want to give up their champion? They do. And to be honest, that was probably a good move on their part. Of course, if they don't stabilize this turn, we're going to absolutely decimate them. And I guess they're watching the stream because they knew what I was thinking. All right, that's one win. I dig it. Let's go get some more. See, that time around, the Knights felt like they synergized and they got where you wanted them to go. I do think this Knights build is going to be very good as a budget deck in Standard. Again, just no early plays. I mean, I guess Order of the Mirror is not terrible, and turning that into a 3/3 on the next turn could be pretty awesome. Oh, I should have played the... Not looking at what I drew before I played. Bummer. Alright. He's gonna go find him a forest. I can dig it. A billy goat, huh? I don't think we want to attack there. I mean, I guess the Slinger on 4, or we could just seal from existence and Bond Warden. Either of those feels pretty good. But let's see what they play before we make our final analysis here. I mean, okay. See if they want to just chump block. They didn't. How weird. How crazy that they didn't chump block. Yep, that is a thing you can do. Oh, no, wait, we want to do backup. That's the thing we want to do here. So we will put that there. This is where I get to tap something. That's how that works. Sure. So I wonder if he's figured out he should be swinging the 5/5 as much as possible. Got himself a hermit. Okay. I do have enough mana to do both of these. What a beating. I mean, honestly, this guy. And the beauty is I can do this again next turn. Got to love it. Sure. Alright, well he did get down a few things. That is absolutely what happened there. Okay, so I think we transform this. Do we just pay the 2 life? Yeah, I think maybe we do. And, yeah, I'm totally okay with that auto attack. Now, do I transform the other one and just swing in hard. I think maybe we do. Yeah, he's just gonna scoop it up. He's gonna say skadoop. That is 2 wins. That is pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of multiple winning. I'm definitely a multiple wingasm kind of guy. All right, 3 is where it really starts to happen. Let's see. Can we abuse this? Sorry about the trash noises there. Lunch came in a paper bag today. Where is opponent? I need the opponent. Well, that's pretty terrible on a mana base, so we're gonna mulligan that. Holy crap! Did you really just do that? Am I gonna lose game 2 because of stupid land mulligans? Oh my god. So we're gonna give that back, and I mean, I guess Seal from Existence is never going to get cast because we're never going to have two planes. I cannot believe I mulliganed twice to get the exact same freaking hand all 3 times. We'll say no blocks, thank you. Yeah, wow, this is just terrible. Can 2 Order of the Mirror make it happen? Can this be a thing? I mean, I really don't have anything else to do here. Okay. Alright, that's definitely a thing. So the race is on. I still cannot draw cards. Oh, and that has Death Touch. Oh, thank goodness. It just died. Thank goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a problem. I think we just died a mana screw here. Oh, I get a thing. It is not enough to save me. Oh, yeah, alright. Yep, this is just mana screw. We got screwed. Right here, live on Twitch. Absolutely screwed. No movie, no dinner. Just got screwed over. I think I can honestly say I've never seen the shuffler do that to me before, so that was kind of a weird thing. But we got our backs against the wall here. We really want this 3rd win because it just makes the gems, and the gems are what we want to make. Hey, look at that! An actual mix of things. How cool! I think we go Lancer on 3. But order on 2 feels pretty good there. My goodness, the knights have come to play. What? Let's see here. All right, we got in for it. Yeah, I think Lancer on 3. And I think we hold the Protocol Knight until we need to tap something. That feels like a pretty likely candidate right there. That is just so much tempo. So good. So good. I mean, Protocol Knight basically lets me do the same thing next turn. I can look at your stuff too. Looky there. Oh! He got me in the nuggets. Alright, I don't even need to tap things. You know what? I'm willing to just take the 1 there from the token. That feels like the correct play. So I think we preening champion here just to get more stuff on the board. Yeah. And I think we meeting of the minds in turn for all the card advantage, and then just win off of playing Protocol Knight. Wow. I don't think this is supposed to be what happens. Convoke flying 3/4, sure. That is definitely a thing you can do. We will pass. We'll auto-pay that. Okay, so that doesn't feel awesome right now, but this does. Hey, look, we'll tap that. We will tap that, and we will do the all-attack thing and tap your only other blocker. And yes, we won 3. Can we go for 4? Do we dare to dream? Are knights that good? Could we get a 4-win scenario here? You know what? We're gonna find out. Because I've already had lunch, and I'm ready to play some Magic. All the things. We got 1,000 gems in there, but another 400 and a pack would be really awesome. I would be such a fan. Well, our Marshal decided to show up. That's pretty hot. So I think we actually play Lookout, Lancer, and then Marshal. That feels like the correct order of things here. Because then Lancer will actually become a 5/5 Vigilance when he swings. That's pretty awesome. I mean, unfortunately, we've got the Defender out there, but against red and black, I feel better about putting a creature out there I don't really care too much about. Man, that's unfortunate. That is not what we wanted there. icker drinker. It's icky. I mean, we could potentially seal and marshal next turn. So I think we protocol knight here and hope that they don't have removal quite big enough. Well, so much for that. You know what, we're gonna go for 2 cards. So do you have 2 removal spells, or do I finally get to have a creature? Wow, okay. Well, this is what we call suctitude. Wow. Okay. Seriously, how does this guy have so much removal in limited? You know what red and black can't do? Deal with enchantment. Yeah, okay. Obviously he's gonna make those. He needs to at this point. Let's hold him back a turn. Those Sky Wardens could just be so much better. It has flying, so that's a problem. You know what? Yeah, I think we're just done. He's got a better deck. Too much early removal. We are just out. That is what has happened here. We're not gonna save this game with the pile that we were able to draft there. 4 was an unfortunate pipe dream. We did get to 3 wins. We got 1,000 gems in 2 packs, and that's pretty awesome. I can't complain about that at all. So thank you all for being here. I will be drafting again tomorrow on my giveaway account, doing the very same thing, a first draft of the Premier style in March of the Machines. But until next time, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the arena. And folks, before you go, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on a thing. Because I know I can't change the magic economy all by myself, but I think we can.